It's a Wednesday morning here on the AM Show. My name is Benedict Osu. We have to do some sports, and we are talking the World Cup qualifiers. We also will talk the Black Stars. Yesterday, they played an international friendly with Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia have qualified to play in this next year's World Cup, and they are all preparing. And yesterday, in the CONMEBOL qualifiers, Lionel Messi inspired Argentina to qualify. He scored a hat-trick there. Cristiano Ronaldo also helped this country, that's Portugal, to book qualification to the tournament, as well as the United States of America. Okay, on that side, it was bad news. They couldn't qualify. And they have some, their story is just like that of Ghana. In their last week World Cup, they were there. They played Ghana. Well, they couldn't qualify yesterday against Panama. They lost that game, and they were protesting just as Ghana protested against Uganda of a disallowed goal. They also have a similar story to tell there. So we'll try and bring you highlights of that one as well. But first, we have to look at the Black Stars, because yesterday they played an international friendly with Saudi Arabia in Jeddah. Ghana won that game by 3-0. Kasim, a new boy in the team, he plays club football for young boys in Sweden, scored, as well as Thomas Partey and an own goal from Saudi Arabia. Highlights for you.
كرة ملعوبة عرضية إلى منطقة الجزاء. تمكن هذه المرة المنتخب الغاني بعد طول انتظار من جانب الغانيين، هجوم متواصل طوال شوط المباراة الأول. تمكنوا من حين كاتبرو يسجل فيها الهدف الأول لصالح المنتخب تام، واستثمر ذلك أمام الكرة خطيرة جدا لصالح غانا في الجهة اليمنى ملعوبة. القائم هذه المرة يتدخل لينقذ الموقف مع أصحاب الأرض، لينقذ مع الكرة ملعوبة عرضية ومحاولة للتسديد وتفكير بالتسديد والتصدي من المعيوف على مرتين. برافو عبد الله، برافو عبد الله على مرتين. تمكن من ترجع فيها الكرة لصالح منتخب غانا. غانا عنده كرة من الجهة اليمين، محاولة ممتازة وعرضية. هذا الثاني يسكن شباك. كرة ملعوبة لصالح المنتخب الغاني، مرور وتمرير، وكرة واصلة لصالح منتخب غانا. الآن فيها محاولة تسديد. هذا الثالث. منتخب قوي جدا، جابوا كل تسليمة الخط. نقول بأن هذه المباريات ليست للفوز ولا الخسارة. اذكروا مباراة اليونان دائما، اذكروها ضعوها.
So the Black Stars won that game by 3-0 against Saudi Arabia. Now we have to do the World Cup qualifiers, and we'll start with the CONMEBOL qualifiers. Lionel Messi last night was at it again, this time not for Barcelona, but for Argentina. Well, he scored a hat-trick as Argentina defeated Ecuador by 3-1 to progress to the World Cup. And also, Brazil already qualified. Brazil defeated Chile by 3-0 to deny the Chileans a place at next year's World Cup. We've got highlights of those two matches for you.
Argentina began the day in 6th position on the South American World Cup qualification log and in danger of missing out on the World Cup finals for the first time since 1970. Albiceleste would face a nail-biting away clash against Ecuador, needing nothing but a win and hope other results go their way in order to grab the last qualification spot. The visitors were off to a terrible start in the high-altitude location of Quito as they went behind after 38 seconds.
And they're on the attack in the early stages. It's an extraordinary start. 40 seconds in, and Romario Ibarra gives Ecuador the lead.
It was the quickest goal Argentina had ever conceded in a World Cup qualifier. Argentina World Cup runners-up in Brazil 2014 fought back with Messi shouldering the responsibility. The 5-time World Player of the Year equalized after 12 minutes when he linked up with ex-Manchester United midfielder Angel Di Maria and stabbed home. His second goal came 8 minutes later with a powerful strike from the edge of the area. The Barcelona star then sealed the victory with a fine solo goal in the second half.
Messi to accelerate, to look for the hat-trick. He is unbelievable. Lionel Messi saves Argentina.
Argentina's Messiah saving the day with a hat-trick when it mattered the most as Albiceleste booked their place in Russia next year. Chile, who have won the Copa America in its last two tournaments, were aiming to qualify for their third successive World Cup after reaching the last 16 in 2010 and 2014. The Chileans needed to beat the already qualified Brazilians. They began the final round of matches in third place but fell behind to 2 Brazil goals in 3 second-half minutes. A long-range Dani Alves free kick was spoiled by Claudio Bravo into the path of Paulinho, who tapped in the 55th minute. just 2 minutes later, and it was 2-0. Neymar unselfishly squaring for Jesus to tap in after being released in behind. The 5-time World Cup champions looked the more likely to score again as Chile pushed forward, and they sealed their win in additional time. With Bravo stranded after going up for a corner, Jesus tapped in the easiest of goals from a Willian pass in the 93rd minute. Brazil with a deserved 3-0 victory, while Chile sensationally failed to qualify for their 3rd consecutive World Cup finals.
So Brazil defeated Chile by 3 goals to 0. Earlier, you saw how Lionel Messi inspired the Argentina to defeat Ecuador by 3 goals to 1 to book qualification to next year's World Cup. So the matches that were played in the qualifiers and the CONMEBOL, Brazil 3, Chile 0, Ecuador 1, Argentina 3. Then Paraguay also lost 1-0 to Venezuela, with Peru drawing 1-1 with Colombia, and Uruguay beating Bolivia by 4 goals to 2. So it's done there. The teams that have qualified in the CONMEBOL: Brazil, Uruguay, Colombia, Peru, and Argentina. So what it means is that the likes of the other teams must go and play. Okay, Peru actually finished 5th in the South American qualifying. They will now play the playoff with New Zealand. So if they're able to beat New Zealand home and away, they will join the likes of Argentina, Brazil, and Uruguay to next year's World Cup. So we have to do more on the qualifiers. And now to Europe, and France have also booked qualification to the tournament. They defeated Belarus by 2 goals to 1, and already qualified Belgium also defeated Cyprus by 4 goals to 0. Sorry.
Tielemans wins it back and does so fairly. Chance to shoot brilliantly by Eden Hazard. 40th goal in this qualifying campaign, and all it took was one tiny mistake. Stroked forward by Witsel, looking for Batshuayi, trying to turn onto that left foot. Good save, and the follow-up is turned in finally by... Batshuayi made it. Really good stop by Panay. The goal scorers. Here's Nasser Chadli. Oh, was there a hand there? Referee's given the penalty. Around Dimitriou he went. Well, is that up? And it was never in doubt. Witsel now for Lukaku, who might just be in here. It's Lukaku! Pace! And it's so simple, just a straight long ball from Witsel, and he does the rest. The tiring Merkis, tumbling and stumbling. 4 waiting. Giroud! Crossbar and out again. Still
that he hasn't getting into. They find that final pass.
Matuidi, Griezmann!
Just like that. Tolisso just slides the ball to Matuidi, and then he just threads it into the path of Griezmann. He takes one touch. He wouldn't put it past him being a star in the World Cup.
Here's Giroud. And he has squeezed it in. Maybe with a bit of fortune.
You're right, John. That ricochets off the defender and hits Giroud's left. As we see it here, poor pass. Griezmann aware of the run of Giroud. He just a heavy touch. Defender's trying to...
4 from Spain, 2 from France, 2 from England, 2 from Germany, 1 from Italy. There's Soroka again. This time Belarus are on the map and on the mark.
But again, it's just sloppy, the way that Digne's turned. The first time cross, and Soroka gets across the front of Varane. That's a great run, and a really clinical...
Another one on the way now from Lucas Digne.
So the European 16 finalists, France, are through to the World Cup. They defeated Belarus by 2 goals to 1. And earlier, you saw how Belgium also defeated Cyprus by 4 goals to 2. Well, Cristiano Ronaldo yesterday inspired Portugal to beat Switzerland by 2 goals to 0 to also book a place at next year's World Cup.
Driven in, goalkeeper comes, collides on goal! They don't care how they score as long as they score. That's a very large footstep towards Russia.
It's been left to some of his teammates to carry the fight.
Moutinho, Silva, that's surely enough. 2-0 to Portugal. Andre Silva with the goal that all but cements their place in Russia 2018. 2 goals in a 15-minute spell either side of half-time.
Okay, so Portugal won by 2-0. Other matches that were played in the European qualifiers, we had France, Belarus 2-1. Also, Luxembourg drew 1-1 with Bulgaria. Then the Netherlands defeated Sweden by 2-0. Despite that win, they are still not going to the World Cup. And Ian Robin has retired from international football. In Hungary, Faroe Islands ended 1-0. And Latvia also defeated Andorra by 4-0, with Belgium 4, Cyprus 0, and Estonia. They lost 2-1 to Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Greece, Gibraltar ended 4-0 in favor of Greece. Well, Mamavi will join me, so we'll do something very interesting. But before she joins me, let's look at how Australia also qualified after beating Syria 3-2 in extra time.
In one of the more remarkable sporting stories in recent memory, war-torn nation Syria continued their quest to reach the 2018 FIFA World Cup when they took on Australia for the second leg of their Asian playoff, having held the Socceroos 1-1 in the first leg 5 days ago. Australia were holding an away goal advantage, but that disappeared when Omar Al-Suma got his name on the score sheet after a stray pass from Mark Milligan in midfield. 1-0 to Syria after just 6 minutes. But the Socceroos delivered a swift riposte, with captain Tim Cahill netting the equaliser in the 13th minute after a trademark header for his 49th international goal. Australia dominated the second half and had a great opportunity to score on 69 minutes. Thomas Rogic's shot was saved by keeper Ibrahim Alma. Deadlocked at 1-1 after 90 minutes, 2-2 on aggregate, and it was time for extra time to decide the winner, with a new referee thrown in, as Uzbekistan's Ravshan Irmatov had to be replaced due to injury. New whistleman Ilgiz Tantyashev made an immediate impact, sending off Syria's Mahmoud Al-Mawas for a second bookable offence. A man down, Syria were then a goal down. The evergreen Cahill on the score sheet again, with yet another header from Robbie Cruise's cross, this time to make it 2-1 on 109 minutes. The former Everton man Cahill's 50th international goal in his 103rd international was the strike that sealed victory for the men from down under, ending Syria's dream run and setting up an intercontinental playoff with an unknown CONCACAF nation for Ange Postecoglou's team.
So Australia leaving it very, very late to qualify. They defeated Syria by 3-2. In the CONCACAF qualification, Honduras defeated Mexico by 3-2. Despite that win, they're still not going to be at the World Cup. And Panama, what a story they have to tell. They defeated Costa Rica by 2-1. And for the first time in their history, they're going to be at the World Cup, God willing, next year. The United States of America, since 1986, they've been at every World Cup. This time, they're not going to be at the World Cup. They lost to Trinidad and Tobago by 2-1. And what a tournament we anticipate, God willing, next year. Well, Mamabi has joined me. She has some amazing story to tell us.
We have an amazing story.
Yes, you have an amazing story.
Okay, so you talked about Panama.
Yes, their first time at
and
the
then
World
I
Cup.
can't believe that Ghana, Charlie, not seeing give us.
Right, okay,
but it's also the smallest country, and I've been excited about the way they celebrate any kind of win. It's called the Thunder Club. We're talking about Iceland with a population of like 335,000.
Exactly.
They qualify to the World Cup. Check out how they celebrate. This gets you the CNN.
So this is actually the first time they are doing this. At the Euros, when they reached the quarterfinals, very at the stadium they did the same celebration. So maybe you can try it. I can help you.
I don't know. It needs rehearsal. But I like my local. The local way that we celebrate is still the best. So why don't we have any formalized something like that? You know, something nice. We do. Is it not that going to the corner and
at every tournament they invent a new, not that they have one that goes like, like they dance like that,
So Iceland is, like the European way. We've got our own African Ghanaian way of celebrating.
All right, okay. But briefly, I have a birthday dedication. Today is the birthday of Apostle Richard Boafo. He's the general overseer of the Lord's Pentecostal Church, and we wish him more years of fulfilling grace.
Is that your pastor?
No, that's not my pastor. I attend church at Watered Garden.
Because otherwise, I would have said they should take you out of the church. You're looking on the paper to mention the pastor's name.
That's not my church. My church is Watered Garden. Our prophet is
What's the name of your pastor?
Prophet Achumadansi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Okay. Thank you.
Benedict, with sports, of course, later on throughout the day here on JoyNews, we've got a lot more sports coming your way.